Hello friends, welcome back to another episode, and in this episode I'll show you how you can add time-based one-time password generator to your UI5 application. Recently I come across one interesting requirement where the backend API which I need to call from UI5 application expects an additional one-time password token for authentication purpose. So that means when I make a request to the backend API, I also have to pass a token along with my request. Now the same token will be validated at the backend side so that it really recognizes my request and it will entertain post validation so that I can see the data back from my backend API. I think similar type of token authentication that you also have used in your project, like basic authentication SAML or maybe OAuth 2.0, which also works based on the charts token, which is JSON Web token, and CSRF token for above side of validation. Certain APIs are there which also provides you certain API keys which you need to pass when you make a request or consume that kind of an API. So there are various kind of authentication mechanisms are there that you definitely are of. So this is based on the time-based one-time password concept. Now obviously I will not be developing much of a code in this particular tutorial. I think you already guessed it correctly. I'll be using an npm package to consume this module. Recently I created one more tutorial on that how you can consume an npm package to your UI5 application without shims. So this discussion is an extension to that, because one of the specific scenario which I didn't cover that time. So that's the reason I'm creating this tutorial. I hope you'll learn something. So stay tuned till the end. So let's create our application as a fresh view command palette, and I'm using application generator. I'm using VS Code. You can definitely use the other IDs, that's Business Application Studio or maybe Vim Editor, for example. Let's go with the freestyle basic app, and the destination I'll set it as none because I'm not having any plan to integrate any backend API in this case. Click on next. View name, change it to main. Now project name I can put it as something called UI module. Title I can put TOTP generator. Namespace as NS. Okay, I don't have any deployment configuration because I don't have any plan to deploy this to BTP cloud. But to deploy to BTP, you need to follow certain other configurations which I have explained in my previous tutorial. So check this out if you want to know. So click on finish and it will generate the artifacts, as well it will install all the npm dependencies, as you can see. So hold on for a moment till the application is ready or the base canvas is ready for us to put the TOTP feature. So application is ready, and let's go for a preview of this application, and I'll use this start command which will run npm run start. It's a blank canvas, nothing is there, so we'll be adding our features in this particular screen. So now you can come to this npmjs.com site and you can search for TOTP generator. The first one will come over here, and then you can see the download, which is quite frequent and bit reliable. Current version is 1.0 MIT license, so it's kind of a free, you can use it. And I'll be using this module in our package and in our UI5 application, this npm package. So for that, let's copy this particular installation command. Come back to our UI5 app. Make sure you are in HTML5 because this is our folder under which I have this overall web app content. So now you can paste this one, but I don't want this to be deployed to production. Okay, so that's why I want it at save dev. So even you build a productive application, still you need to make sure that this all dependencies you will install from npm should be a dev dependencies. Okay. To know more about the BTP cloud deployment, again I'm telling you, you have to check out the previous tutorial where I explained in each and everything, all the configurations. So now we need to use this particular TOTP generator in our application. So for that, what I'll do, I'll come to the web app. Let's open a controller, and in this main controller I'll be using this one called TOTP generator. And this one I'm calling it TOTP gen in our controller. So this is how I'm just going to use it. Now the question is how UI5 will come to know the TOTP generator is added to the node modules, because if you open node modules and you just scroll down a little below, you will see somewhere called uh, this TOTP generator, you see over here. But how UI5 will come to know? For that we need to take one help from one of the UI5 tooling modules. So go back to our npm site and search for UI5 tooling modules and click on enter. This is the particular module that you are going to use it. So copy it here, go back to our SAP and again install it. This one as well, it will be a development dependency. So put minus capital D and again come back to our package.json, and you will see that one will install post this TOTP hopefully. Yes, so now this one to be used, but for UI5 perspective we have to add one more configurations, and that is called UI5. So depend then C's, and then it's an array, and you can copy this section and paste it. That's all for my document. So this is what an additional configuration that we need to do. So let's save this one and save all rather. Now the question is how this will work. So for that we need to enter certain UI elements. So let's go to view and click on main view. So we'll be changing this content section. So just I'll replace this with my copy pasted code. It's nothing much to talk about. I think I can use UI5 language assistant. Yes, so I'm just adding up one input field to enter the passphrase to generate the token. Then I have just adding a button to call the controller function, and let's say we put is a TOTP gen, that is a controller function, and then I have a label just to print it. I think I have added one more custom CSS. So let's open the CSS and you can paste it over here. Alright, so what will happen if I just execute, will it run? So let's run that and see what's the situation. It is opening this port, and yeah, the application is coming, but it doesn't show any UI element. What happened? Right click and inspect and see what's going wrong. Go to console, and hopefully you can see enough that this particular TOTP generator which we added in our main controller, right? So this one it is saying it is not available in the resource section. Why this resource it's looking for? Of course, because UI5 doesn't know about this TOTP generator in the node module, right? So for that we already installed the UI5 tooling modules that it will help to resolve this problem. Now to make it work, open UI5.yml file, and here you need to paste this piece of code. One is a builder and other one is the middleware. So builder will be responsible for generating the build pack to resolve the dependency, but we are not creating any build pack this time because we are not going to deploy anywhere. So the middleware is actually doing this magic of understanding the dependency with the node modules, and it will be resolving all putting the content and get into the resource folder. Let's see one more problem here, because we have already certain other configuration. So this one I don't need it. Let's remove this one. But I see one more problem. This name and all are not aligned because it's an YML file, so we have to make sure that it properly aligned. So I'll just one step ahead so that it now arranged. All fine. So hopefully it should work. Let's try this time and see what happens. Now to perform this one, you have to make sure that you stop this and rerun this application. Otherwise this configuration will not be refreshed. Yeah, again the app is started, but still I don't see the UI element. You see, nothing is coming. Right click in the inspect, and again the same problem persists. It doesn't know where this TOTP generator is. Now the problem now is with this configuration. Okay, this configuration is a very simple one, but without knowing it, it will never work. The problem is with this Fury Tools proxy. So this is actually damaging the overall resolving of the dependency. So what we have to do, we have to ensure this FuryTool proxy runs right after this is performed. So for that, copy this middleware and replace this compression and put it back. Right, so that way I'm telling that once this middleware runs, then only this FuryTool's proxy will be in action. Kind of a dependency I'm setting it up, or sequence of execution I'm setting it up. So let's save all, and we'll again need to stop the application and rerun it. And this time hopefully it will work. Yes, of course, now it is seen and I can see this UI. And if we go to inspect, go to the debugger, in the resource section I will see somewhere called OTP generator. Fantastic. So the actual UI5 model tooling is really in action. It's working fine. But now we have to put certain controller logic to make this work. Let's do that as well. So now I'm in the controller, and here I'll just paste this coding. Very simple code. I have already taken the reference of this TOTP generator, and that I'm just using it over here with the TOTP object property, and then making a call of the method or function called generate. I'm using this passphrase from this input field, and then I'm just setting up my view model to just display purpose. So this is actually the one line of coding which is all about generating this token. How easy it is, right? So let's save it, save all. So let's test our application. So put some phrase and click on generate key. It will come to our controller function. This is what I think it cannot zoom much, sorry about. And let's run that. Voila, I get the correct token. Click on execute. I can see this one. So if you again generate, it will not generate any new token till this token expiry is not over. After a few time, now you can see there is a different token for the same passphrase. I hope it was helpful to you. You understood something interesting today, and use this npm package to UI5 as well to make it more feature packed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel and follow this channel to get to know more about this recipe related content, and shortly I'll connect for the next one. Till then, goodbye.